What if aliens intervened in ancient human history? Have you ever wondered if what we know about humanity's past is truly complete? If the history we learned in school is only a part of the truth? For thousands of years, the mysteries of ancient civilizations have challenged our imagination. The pyramids, the megaliths, the lost cities. How were they built? Why do some forms of knowledge seem beyond the reach of humans of that time? What if it wasn't only humans shaping the past? What if beings from other worlds, visitors from the skies, intervened at critical moments in our history? Think about this: a mysterious virus, an epidemic threatening the survival of a primitive human species. What would their life have looked like? How could they have been saved? There are clues suggesting they were not alone in the struggle for survival. Archaeologists have uncovered traces, artifacts, symbols that seem to hint at a presence beyond our understanding. Yet, these signs are often ignored or dismissed as mere coincidence. Imagine for a moment an intelligent creature from another world observing early humanity. What would be their purpose? Why intervene at such a delicate moment? Is it possible that what we call evolution was actually guided by unknown hands? Every relic, every cave painting, every enigmatic symbol could be a piece of a cosmic puzzle. A message from the past challenging us to reconsider the entirety of history. But it doesn't stop there. There are questions that cannot be ignored. What knowledge did these visitors possess? Why did they choose to intervene only at certain critical moments? And how did they shape the destiny of humanity? Looking closer, we can start to see a pattern: unexplainable events, technology seemingly impossible for that era, and the miraculous survival of certain human groups. Coincidence or design? This documentary will guide you through hidden worlds, through mysteries that have resisted time, and through questions that remain unanswered. We will explore theories, evidence, and controversies. We will travel through time, beyond what we thought we knew, to uncover the possible impact of extraterrestrial presence on early humans. And as you watch, you will be challenged to ask your own questions: what is real? What is hidden? And above all, if it were true, how would it change everything you thought you knew about human history? Prepare to enter a world where the boundaries between reality and mystery blur. Where past and present collide in a fascinating play of signs and symbols. And where the answers we seek may never be what we expect. Now, take a deep breath. Open your mind. And allow yourself to be carried on a journey that will change the way you see humanity forever. Chapter 1: The Unknown Guardians of Humanity. Imagine the world tens of thousands of years ago, a harsh, untamed landscape. Humanity is fragile, barely surviving against predators, disease, and the relentless force of nature. Every day is a battle, every life is precious. But then, strange phenomena begin to appear. Mysterious lights in the sky, symbols carved into stones that seem far too advanced for their time. Could these be coincidences, or are they signs of something else? Something watching, something guiding? Ancient texts and oral traditions speak of beings from the skies, guardians, watchers, or perhaps visitors with knowledge beyond our understanding. They arrived at critical moments in history, sometimes helping, sometimes observing. Why intervene in the survival of early humans? What was their purpose? Consider this: a deadly ancient virus threatening a small tribe of hominids. Without intervention, their species might have disappeared entirely. And yet, somehow, they survived. Could it be chance, or could unseen hands have influenced their fate? Could the story of humanity be more than just evolution? Could it be part of a design we are only beginning to understand? Archaeological evidence hints at unexplained knowledge. Tools and artifacts appear in ways that defy what we believe early humans could achieve. How were they capable of such precision? Could they have been guided by beings with intelligence far beyond their own? Throughout this chapter, we will explore the possibility that humanity was never entirely alone. That guardians from the stars, beings we might call extraterrestrials, intervened, not as rulers, but as protectors, teachers, and sometimes as silent observers. As you watch, ask yourself, what if our history is not entirely human? What truths lie hidden beneath the layers of myths and legends? And what if the key to understanding our origins lies in the skies above? Chapter 2: The Hidden Knowledge of the Ancients. If the Watchers came, what did they leave behind? Every ancient civilization carries whispers of forbidden knowledge, structures so precise and advanced that modern science still struggles to explain them. The pyramids of Giza, the ziggurats of Mesopotamia, stone circles aligned with the stars. All across the globe, in every culture, there are stories of teachers from the sky, beings who taught humans to track the heavens, to understand mathematics, to harness nature. The Bible hints at it, and they taught humanity every secret of heaven and earth. But why would divine beings, or extraterrestrial visitors, share such knowledge? Some say it was a gift. Some say it was a warning. Some whisper it was an experiment. The Nephilim, hybrid beings of immense strength and knowledge, were said to have walked the earth, giants whose presence reshaped human history. Archaeologists uncover anomalies, tools that should not exist for their time, artifacts suggesting advanced understanding of science, astronomy, and medicine, and yet the historical record remains silent. Was it forgotten or deliberately erased? Every ancient culture speaks of the same theme: a hidden wisdom, a forbidden truth, knowledge too dangerous to be freely shared. Some researchers now call it the knowledge of the ancients, a technology beyond imagination, a genetic key, a cosmic map. And if humanity was touched by this knowledge once, could remnants still be waiting to be discovered today? Could myths of angels and gods be coded instructions left for us to follow, to unlock a destiny we never knew we had? And finally, if ancient beings intervened before, influencing life, technology, and even disease, is it possible their influence continues, invisible, subtle, shaping our world even now, too fast to be explained by natural selection alone? Chapter 3: The Ancient Virus and the Moment of Intervention. Long before modern medicine, before laboratories, vaccines, and microscopes, humanity faced an invisible enemy: disease. Ancient viruses did not announce themselves. They spread silently, wiping out entire groups, entire bloodlines, entire futures. For early humans, a single outbreak could mean extinction. And yet, extinction did not happen. Genetic research reveals something strange. At certain points in human evolution, sudden changes appear: rapid adaptations, unexpected immunity, genetic shifts that seem to happen without explanation. What if early humanity was not saved by chance, but by intervention? Ancient texts speak of purification through fire, light from the heavens, beings who cleansed the earth. In the Bible, plagues appear suddenly and disappear just as mysteriously. Some cities are destroyed, others are spared. Why? Could these accounts describe not divine punishment, but containment? Some theorists suggest that an ancient virus threatened early hominids at a critical point in evolution, a biological dead end, a species not meant to survive without help. And then something happened. A moment of interference. What if the Watchers, the fallen ones, intervened not out of compassion, but necessity? What if humanity was too valuable to lose? Advanced beings would not need medicine as we know it. They would work at the genetic level, adjusting DNA, strengthening immunity, correcting vulnerabilities. If this occurred, it would explain why humanity carries non-random genetic markers, why certain immune responses are unusually complex, why our DNA appears less like a finished product and more like a modified one. And here lies the most disturbing idea of all. What if humans are not purely natural? What if we are a hybrid species, not of flesh and machine, but of earth and something else? The ancient virus may have been the trigger, the moment when observation turned into action, when the Watchers crossed a line they were never meant to cross. And according to ancient texts, they paid a price. They were cast down, removed, silenced. But their work remained. Encoded in our cells. Written into our biology. Sleeping. If this is true, then evolution is not just a story of survival. It is a story of rescue. And that raises one final, haunting question. If humanity was saved once before, what happens when the next ancient threat arrives? Chapter 4: The Great Reset and the Forgotten Flood. Ancient legends speak of a time when the world was washed away. Cities, civilizations, knowledge, gone in a single cataclysm. The flood was not random. It was deliberate. Evidence in ancient texts, Sumerian tablets, and even the Bible hints at a controlled reset. Why? Perhaps humanity was evolving too quickly. Perhaps the ancient beings feared loss of control. The Watchers, the fallen ones, had a plan. They intervened in human evolution before. Could they have decided that some chapters needed erasure? The flood wiped the slate clean, but certain survivors carried hidden knowledge. Genes, skills, memories encoded in DNA, waiting for the right time to awaken. Civilizations rebuilt, myths emerged, but the truth remained buried. Archaeologists uncover structures that defy time, pyramids aligned with stars, megaliths that seem beyond human capability. Could these be markers left by the Watchers? Messages for future generations? Even our stories of gods and angels hint at intervention. The flood, plagues, divine wrath, these may have been tools of correction, not punishment. Humanity's memory is fragmented, myths distort reality, but patterns remain. Ancient viruses, celestial beings, sudden evolutionary leaps, they all point to a grand plan. A plan hidden from history, from science, from us. And yet, subtle reminders remain in legends, symbols, and sacred texts. If we learn to read them correctly, the flood is not just a story of destruction. It is a story of preparation. For what comes next? The Watchers may have left humanity alive, but always under observation. The reset was both a lesson and a warning. And the question lingers, when the next cosmic reset comes, will humanity recognize it? Will we survive it as we did before? Or are we, once again, the experiment waiting for intervention? Chapter 5, The Hidden Genetic Code and Secrets in Our DNA. Within every human lies a code, written not by chance but by design. Ancient texts whisper of seedings, of interventions that altered our very essence. Could the Watchers have encoded knowledge within us? Hidden sequences, dormant abilities, memories waiting to awaken? Modern science begins to glimpse this truth: epigenetics, unexplained mutations, sudden leaps in consciousness. What if our DNA is a map, a puzzle left by beings from the stars? Legends tell of giants, heroes, and those with unnatural wisdom. Were they humans, or something more? The Bible speaks of Nephilim, giants born of angels and humans, a bridge between heaven and earth. Could their genetic legacy still exist, silent within our cells, guiding evolution quietly across millennia? Hidden traits, sudden intuition, unexplained talents, are these signs of a forgotten heritage? Astronomical alignments, ancient temples, sacred geometry, they are not random. They reflect a higher knowledge, mirrored within us. Our bodies, our minds, may hold keys to unlock cosmic secrets, if only we remember how to listen. The Watchers left not only warnings but gifts, subtle instructions embedded in our genes. And yet, most of humanity walks unaware. The question remains, are we ready to awaken the code? Or will these mysteries remain hidden, waiting for the moment when destiny demands their revelation? Chapter 6, Celestial Artifacts and Lost Technologies. Scattered across the earth, hidden in deserts, jungles, and beneath the oceans, lie relics that defy explanation. Artifacts too advanced for the time, mechanisms that hum with unknown energy, inscriptions that align with stars unknown to ancient astronomers. Could these be gifts from the Watchers, remnants of knowledge stolen from heaven? Ancient civilizations like Sumer, Egypt, and the Indus Valley hold clues: pyramids, ziggurats, monoliths. They are more than monuments, they are messages encoded in stone and metal. Some say these artifacts possess energy that can alter perception, open gateways, or even manipulate reality itself. The Bible speaks of the Ark, a vessel of divine power, capable of immense destruction, a celestial technology misunderstood as sacred. Could it be that these objects were left as both warnings and tools? Hidden blueprints in sacred geometry, vibrating with frequencies that resonate with human consciousness, waiting for those who are ready. Across time, empires rose and fell around such relics, their true purpose forgotten, buried beneath myths and legends. And yet, the echoes remain, strange signals, inexplicable phenomena, sudden bursts of insight in those who dare to seek. Are these remnants of the Watcher's intervention, or fragments of knowledge humanity lost to its own arrogance? The earth itself seems to whisper, guiding seekers toward truths hidden in plain sight. Chapter 7: Encoded Messages in Ancient Texts. Across civilizations separated by oceans and millennia, the same stories appear again and again. Beings descending from the sky. Knowledge given, then taken away. Warnings carved into stone, written in symbols meant to survive the fall of empires. The Sumerian tablets speak of the Anunnaki, those who came from the heavens to shape humanity. The Book of Enoch describes the Watchers, fallen beings who taught humans forbidden arts, astronomy, metallurgy, enchantments. These texts were not meant to be read casually. They were designed to awaken something dormant in the mind. Repetition, symbolism, numbers, stars, all woven together like a code. What if these ancient writings are not myths, but manuals? Instructions hidden in metaphor, waiting for the right moment in history to be understood. Many of these texts were banned, destroyed, or declared heretical. Why silence them if they were only stories? Perhaps because they reveal a truth too disruptive, too powerful. A truth that humanity was never meant to forget, only delay. Chapter 8: The Global Pattern of the Sky Gods. From the feathered serpents of Mesoamerica to the shining chariots of Ezekiel, the pattern is unmistakable. Sky gods arrive, guide humanity, then disappear, promising to return. The Dogon tribe speaks of beings from Sirius with knowledge of stars invisible to the naked eye. Ancient India describes flying machines, vimanas, capable of interstellar travel. In every culture, the same symbols emerge: wings, halos, fire from the sky, voices that command from above. Coincidence collapses under repetition. This is not isolated mythology. This is a global memory. A shared experience encoded into the collective unconscious of humanity. Could these stories be fragmented recollections of real encounters? Memories distorted by time, preserved as religion, ritual, and legend? If so, then the sky was never empty. It was watched. Chapter 9: The Silence Between Visits. After the gods left, something changed. Civilizations collapsed. Knowledge was lost. Humanity entered ages of darkness, as if abandoned mid-experiment. But the silence may not mean absence. Ancient prophecies speak of watchers who do not intervene directly anymore, but observe from afar. Monitoring progress. Waiting. Strange phenomena continue: unidentified objects, impossible maneuvers, lights that defy physics. Governments deny, then admit. Whistleblowers speak, then vanish. What if the intervention never truly ended? What if it simply became subtle? A hand guiding probabilities instead of appearances. A presence felt, not seen. Chapter 10: The Awakening Cycle. Every great cycle ends with awakening. Ancient calendars predicted it. Sacred numbers point to it. A time when humanity begins to ask the right questions again. When technology catches up to ancient knowledge. When science and mysticism collide. Perhaps this is not the first awakening, but the last before contact resumes. The Watchers may be waiting for a threshold: consciousness over control, curiosity over fear. And now, more people than ever are looking up, questioning reality, sensing that something is returning. The real question is not whether they exist. The real question is this: when they return, will humanity be ready? And so the stars continue their silent dance above us, unseen threads weaving destinies we cannot yet grasp. Shadows move where light dares not linger, and whispers of the past echo through monuments older than memory. Some say the sky is empty, yet those who watch closely feel a pulse, a rhythm not of this world, a presence that bends time itself. Every discovery, every hidden truth, only scratches the surface of a reality layered with secrets, where the line between myth and history fades into the mist. Eyes that have long observed from above may still linger, waiting for the moment humanity truly awakens. The patterns are there, in numbers, in symbols, in the silent language of the cosmos, but comprehension comes slowly, like dawn breaking through eternal night. Thank you for joining this journey. The story continues, and you must remain close for more explosive revelations yet to come.